have checked in with the Tigers head coach here pregame. This team has continued to shine, and he said his message to them in the locker room before the game was, this is our opportunity. They were not ranked to start the season and have continued to play their way into the conversation, but every week gets a little harder. He wants intensity and focus right out of the gate to prove to the world we belong, and we're going to keep making noise this season. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He gets a block. Oh, what vision. There he goes. Open it up. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Florida. They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. How about that for starting things with a bang? Opening kickoff and house that baby. What a job there. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. They'll start this drive on the ground with Hardy. Turning it on. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
And, man, you don't have to be a great play caller to give that guy the football, right? Like, feature him. The offense goes through him. You've got to love this running back. And he just finds a way to make those chunk plays like he just did, setting the turn. And, Palmer, sometimes the defense, they need to see you for a second so they realize how fast, how powerful, how good you are.
Yeah, and the defense said all the right things leading up to this game. We're focused on stopping the run. We want to be the more physical team. We're going to make them one-dimensional. Well, you just got to run down your throat early. Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. And for this defense now it's time to show up. You got to bow up now and start doing something.
Throws for the tight end. A strike downfield. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down.
Well, this tight end's really good at finding soft spots and zones. It's not just working over the middle of the field either, but also on the perimeter of the field. And that time, as soon as he releases off the ball, he knows there's no one following me, running with me. This must be zone coverage.
Fires deep toward the end zone. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one. It can get pretty wild in the Big 12. Some of these outposts are like snake pits when you have to go on the road. Got to get off to a quick start in conference play.
It is always wacky, Reese. Like, there's always something that happens in the Big 12, and somebody comes out of nowhere in the Big 12 every single year. So, starting in conference play, Palmer, these games start to really matter, really add up, and the pressure amplifies.
It's so true, too. When you think about the Big 12 conference, it just seems like teams get caught sleepwalking. So, you've got to start fast. And the challenge, I think, for these coaching staffs, these two teams, every week they've got to have their team ready to go, and it starts today.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Pulls it in. Oh, he's got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Missouri! Once he got some room, it was over. Extra point here will tie the game.
And that's why this running back is so dangerous. It's not just handing him off the football, but he's a weapon in the passing game. You see his ability to catch it, turn upfield, make people miss, and find the end zone.
Returner's going to try to see what he can get. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Pulls it in. It's Brown.
Really good offenses are able to attack short. You've got to be able to attack the whole field to make you honor that underneath part, then the intermediate part, and then you take shots down the field. This will loosen up some shots for later in the game.
several defenders there to get him on the ground.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 27. They'll move the tight end. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. He'll make a play on 3rd down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32.
Offenses, when they run these RPOs, they just want to be comfortable. The quarterback wants to make the read very easy, very clean. It's your job as a defense to kind of create some confusion, speed up that process any way you can.
And the Gators will snap it on 1st and 10. Right back to the well. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs, you just want positive yards, make the right read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, and go on to the next play.
Stuffed almost in his tracks, but strong enough to pick up 1 to the 35. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Jones to throw. Tight end finds a soft spot. Breaks into the open. And he was off to the races, finally tripped up at the 36.
There used to be a time in college football where tight ends were just possession receivers. You throw it to him and it'd go down right away. Not this guy. That was a short throw. And he shows you the athleticism once he has the ball in his hands. That's why he is such a tough matchup for any defense. Man, he's a problem.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance. So now it's 2nd and long. Caught behind the line. It's Wilson. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And man, you love to see that from this offense, coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown, but you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
Got a man. It's Brown. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
Well, I understand what the quarterback's trying to do. He's trying to get it to his playmaker out there quickly in space, but I don't think he anticipated the linebacker beelining the way he did. It was almost as if the linebacker knew where the QB was going with the football.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Here comes the heat. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat.
And that's the challenge today. A week ago, they failed the challenge. Last week, they gave up 5 sacks. They can't do that again today. This defense saw it. They watched it on tape. They know they're not doing a good job of protecting their quarterback, and already 1 sack on the day.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack.
And that's a good response by this defense. They gave up some yards, obviously some plays, more than they wanted to, but when it got to the area in the scoring zone, in the area where it really matters, nice job on 3rd down, getting the sack, and possibly forcing the field goal.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Snap of the drive from the 25. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. Good pick up, a little bit short of the sticks.
The biggest rule change for me, if I could make one in all of college football, would be illegal man downfield. And when they run these RPO plays and those linemen start to creep further and further down the field, I would love for the refs to call those more often. It's a cheating play, basically, running these RPOs. So hard to stop. Nice execution by the offense, but probably cheating too.
This crowd unhinged, trying to make sure the Gators don't back down on third down. Quick release by the QB. Such a big part to convert these third downs, and they've got it at the 42.
I like that play call there. 3rd and short, QB goes under center. You got the back in the backfield, and everybody's thinking it's going to be a run play. Instead, you throw the football when the defense isn't expecting it to keep your offense on the field.
Austin Simmons firing again. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
When you talk about versatility at the running back spot, you got to talk about this guy in the conversation. He already has caught a touchdown in this one. They're still trying to throw him the football. That one goes incomplete, but I would keep this up if I'm on offense.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Here's Simmons to throw. Uncorks one. And he dropped it. Just didn't look the thing all the way in.
Really good coverage by this defense. That they were aware of everyone on the field and including the running back. A lot of times those guys get lost in the shuffle, but they saw him. They knew the ball was going to them. They braked on it, did a good job, and got in his face just enough to cause him to lose some focus and drop that football.
He's going for it all. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. They'll start this drive at their own 48. Jones wants to throw it. Oh, he makes the play. It's intercepted. Going the other way, and he's got room. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Tigers. The defense putting points on the board.
What an incredible individual effort by that big fella there. And Dave, you know, it's funny. I've been hearing more and more about how these D linemen are the best athletes on the field. What do you think?
I present to you Exhibit A. Look at the big fella. Not only does he make the catch, okay, so I can be a DB, I can be a wide receiver, I can catch it. I got the ball in my hands. Guess what else I am? I'm a running back. I take that thing all the way back to the house. Exhibit A, the best athletes on the football field.
They've swapped ends of the field, and we're ready to go in the second. No chance for a return as that ball flies out of the back of the end zone. They've got a first down here to open the period. They'll start on the ground with Jaden Ball. Can't get him to the ground.
We love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. They'll go right back to it. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd.
3rd and short, I have no problem with RPO because I can run it or I can throw it if I see something opening. Maybe he should have ran that one. You got 2 downs possibly to still try to make it happen, but he definitely didn't throw an accurate ball.
Fields the punt and looking for daylight. Slips through the line. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Missouri's offense heads out ready to go. Things got off to a good start with a touchdown on the opening drive and then quickly with a pick on the second one, and now they'll see if they can find the middle with this third possession. Intercepted. First half turnover can swing momentum. Would have loved to have gotten a big return out of that one, but they'll take it first down at the 40. Here comes the offense back onto the field. Here's a give the ball. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
Well, I know he was struggling to get going early in this game. That right there, though, was easily his best run so far. And this is one of the more talented running backs you're going to see in the entire nation. They need more runs like that to get this offense going if they're going to win this game.
Looking for a huge play. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
You hear about shot plays all the time. Offensive coordinators love to take deep shots down the field. They plan them. They plan when they're going to do them. And I bet you we're planning to see a few more throughout this game.
On third and short, they'll go to the power running game. They got him on the ground. Great tackling by this D to stop him short of the first down marker.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
And he's not even close to the line to gain, and the defense makes the stop.
Nice job by the defense on fourth down, bowing up, getting physical, stopping the run, shutting down that fourth down play. Really good job by this defense.
Throwing Simmons. Caught over the middle. It's Hardy. There he goes. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down. So that big play changes the complexion of things. It's first and 10 just outside the 30. Motion from the wideout. Reads it, fires complete. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29.
Man, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
Across the 25 to the 24-yard line before he stopped. Pick up a 5 and a first down. And the Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Simmons fires to the right. Found the spot in the defense. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Coming out with it, it's Abrams. He stopped there, but a good return coming out of his own end zone gets it to the 28. Here comes the Gators offense, ready to go on the attack. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before. So you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
He stopped at the 32-yard line. Not enough for the first down. The Gators will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. offense ready to get this drive started. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Hardy. Turning it on. Brought down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one.
And, man, this dude has been a weapon early in this football game. They just keep finding him. And the matchups are a problem. You want to put a linebacker on him, he's too fast for him. Continues to make catches, continues to chew up yards.
Might have a chance. Finally stopped at the 46 after a 15-yard gain.
And it really doesn't matter who plays quarterback in this offense because Ahmad Hardy is option 1, 2, and 3. And you saw him a year ago, man. Not only does he have that home run speed to make big plays, but he also runs that stretch play so nice and breaks tackles and uses his physicality. Palmer, I bet you wish you had a guy like that in the backfield.
Yeah, and you mentioned the breaking tackles. That was really the thing. His contact balance and his ability to somehow stay on his feet on those outside zone plays were huge for Missouri's offense a year ago, and they're going to be looking to do that again. You better pack a lunch on defense every single time you're playing this guy. No question, we're expecting big things from him this season.
We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. The noise is deafening, trying to make sure only the Gators get out of the swamp on 3rd down. Rushes on him. Being chased. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs.
And he's really proven to this defense that he's just not a one-trick pony. He can beat you through the air, and now he can do this. Now he can take off and scramble, move the sticks, get us first down for his offense. This defense, they're starting to learn pretty quickly. This guy is a talented joker at quarterback.
Snagged out of the air. Give him 9 on that one. Sets up a 2nd and 1. The Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Here's Simmons to throw. He'll take a shot. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. That touchdown gives his team a pretty significant lead at this point.
And that's what you want. You want to start fast. You want everything to come out, start clicking, make some plays. It doesn't always work that way, but when you do, man, the energy, the crowd, everybody's into it. Now the other team better respond.
And the returner is stopped. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the 1st half. They'll start on the ground with Jaden Ball. They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on 1st down. The Gators want to crank the tempo.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
Trying to escape and get it himself. Knocked down after a pickup of maybe 2, and man, that pursuit, they had their hair on fire. The Gators are going to call their 1st timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Jones to throw. Pressure coming. He'll try to do it himself. Knocked down after a pickup of maybe 2, and man, that pursuit, they had their hair on fire. Big 3rd down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man. He'll go out of bounds at the 38-yard line as this offense patiently tries to work the ball out of its own end. These 2 guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Listen, end of the first half, that's exactly what you want to do. You don't care about the incompletion. You're chucking that thing up, trying to make a big play, trying to get the Hail Mary.
Pocket breaking down. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. As the Gators head for the locker room by the watchful eye, that full Gator head. Let's check in with Kevin Connors at the half.
From our gorgeous Orlando studios, it's the Week 5 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We start with UCF taking on the Pitt Panthers. And it's the Knights coming away with a blowout victory in what looks like a major upset. Expect major changes in the polls this week. And with that W, they get back above 500, 3-2 now on the season.
Tigers send out the offense to go to work. They have the lead to start the third quarter, but I'd imagine ball security was a topic at halftime.
Yeah, and I think you take the lead and you try to stay optimistic with your team, but you also say, guys, if we had taken care of the football, this lead would be even bigger, and we might have already knocked them out already, Palmer.
It's just about eliminating the mistakes at this point. You're right. This thing would be over if they hadn't shot themselves in the foot. So
Trying to burn this defensive back. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
obviously when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery and it's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time and his receiver just could not reel it in.
Simmons from the gun on third down. Throws to the wideout. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down. Missouri will have to send out the punt team. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. He's got it. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Running inside. It's Montgomery. Oh, he's got some space. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's second and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
They've got it at the 37. It's first and 10. Handoff for ball. Stopped after a gain of 3. It'll be second and 7.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
Now the play fake. Finds his tight end. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. These routes have some reads and adaptability built in, and the big fella found that cushion and made the play.
Man, it's so awesome how much offenses have evolved. They know exactly what they're getting, where to sit down, quarterback, tight end, on the same page, gets the first down.
Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal. They'll run it. It's ball. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on first and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another player or two.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's second and goal. They'll go with a direct snap. Nowhere to run, and he barely makes it back to the line of scrimmage.
And on offense, you know this is 4-down territory. You have to come away with a touchdown. You're getting boat raced in this game right now, and you're going to have to make this possession count.
Yeah, definitely because of the slow start, now putting yourself behind the 8 ball. I think this offense is going to have to be aggressive the rest of the game.
The offense changing the play. Lost the throw for it on third and goal. Touchdown, Gators! Quick strike through the air for the score.
What a fantastic route that time. If you're going to be able to throw the ball down in this area of the field where the windows close so quickly, You have got to be precise with the route running, and that's what happened right there. That's an easy connection between the QB and his target for the score.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here come the Missouri Tigers. The offense ready to go to work. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better. Breaks into the open. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Throwing Simmons. Finds his man. It's Hardy. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
And we've seen him do it by land, right? They've been handing the football. He's been finding space, making some plays, and now he does it by air. They find him, throw him the football, proving to be a dual threat. This is a guy they like to feature in this offense because he'll continue to make big plays.
They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on 1st down. Gain of about 4 sets up a 2nd and 6. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. One more time, it's Hardy. And they get him down.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of crowd stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
This crowd on hand, trying to make sure the Gators don't back down on 3rd down. Trying to get behind the defense. Knocked away at the last minute, and that is precision defensive back play there.
Sometimes as a quarterback, when you're feeling the rhythm and you're feeling yourself, you just want to keep taking shots, right? This guy's already thrown 3 touchdown passes. He saw a look he liked, decided to let her fly. Haven't seen a lot of balls fall incomplete, especially deep down the field. That one did, but I'd expect this guy to keep letting it go.
The Tigers will try to move the sticks on 4th down. Simmons fires to the wideout. Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the 1st down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. And the Tigers go back to work after moving the chains through the air. The run inside. It's Roberts. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks.
No, right now,
nothing
Mama.
on that play.
And man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Not much room. A pickup of 2 down to the 28. Defense getting stingier in their own end of the field. It's 3rd and long from the 28. Lined up in the gun. Here's Simmons. He makes the grab. That'll be enough for a 1st down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 of the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
You can tell, man, really made a point for this offense to run the football, to be physical and defensively. Already getting behind in this football game, not stopping the run on this drive. They've got to get more aggressive. They've got to get more physical on that line of scrimmage.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough
at the one.
When you got a weapon this good at tight end, a quarterback, you've got to look his way, especially in this area of the field. Because remember, it's the red zone where these windows are so small. Nice job getting the completion and picking up the first.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Simmons. He wants it all. Touchdown, Tigers. Fired in from the red zone for the score.
And I like this offense. I like watching it, man. They find a way to make plays and spread the football around. But I tell you what, I think this QB has an eye for this guy because that's 3 TDs now in 4 games. He wants to find him to make plays, really starting to trust that receiver out wide.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. That's it for the period, and Missouri has the lead. A quick pause here to look at the numbers as they are threatening to pull away in this game. Just about ready to go in the fourth, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered.
Number 19, set to kick this one away.
He'll take the return, try to get better field position. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take. And the quarterback caught up 2 and sacked at the 12.
And here's what I like about that, man. That feels like an instinctive play. Like this guy almost knew it was coming. You know, most of the time in a bootleg, they want to show you the run first, but he wasn't buying it, went right to the quarterback, saw it, and made the big sack.
Wilson's got it. Right down the gut of the field. At the 30. The 10. Touchdown, Florida. He got a step and just dusted the field. And now they'll try to get the 2-point conversion, guys. Jones wants to throw it. He's got it for the 2-point conversion.
And it's more common to throw for the 2-point conversion than it is to run anymore. So you practice these a lot. You can tell. Nice timing, nice rhythm, in sync, nice 2-point conversion.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. So that last touchdown made it a 2-possession game, but if this offense can do its job, they can put this one away.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances. And that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
The Tigers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Here's Simmons to throw. Sends it downfield. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd.
And I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the 4th quarter. You're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. So Missouri will have to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Secures it at the 30. He'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. Here comes the Gators offense ready to go on the attack. They get the ball back after the punt, and they've got to be efficient here as time is winding down. They'll start on the ground with Jaden Ball. Makes him talk to the hand. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
And maybe the big fella can jumpstart this offense a little bit. They got to get some points, and he's that big physical guy, breaking some tackles, making some plays. Here in the 4th quarter, they're going to need it.
Jones Jones to throw. He wants to go deep. It's picked off, and that's number 10.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
Throwing Simmons. He's got it. There he goes. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down. After the big play to start, now they are on the move at their own 45. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hardy. Stop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
And this defense and their team, honestly, has just built some momentum here in this fourth quarter, man. And I'm interested to see this offense and if they can respond, if they can be physical, if they can run the football, they can make some plays here in this fourth quarter.
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. Unloads to the wideout. And it's intercepted, maybe breathing a little life into this team. Taking it the other way. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Gator. This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Mizzou has it back on the offense coming out on the field. So the defense sets them up with that interception. Now a couple of first downs, maybe even punching a score, and they'll go home with the W. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
They've got the lead, but here in the fourth quarter, it's starting to dwindle. And if they're going to hang on to this game, they've got to be able to run it. It's a really tough thing to do when the opponent knows exactly what you're going to do, but this is what you train for. You've got to be the more physical unit right now.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
This is an area of the game. On offense, you've got to be able to run the football well. You've got the lead in the fourth quarter, and obviously you're in your own end here, but you want to bleed the clock. You want to stay on the field and keep getting first downs. You have to be able to run.
He's going to come up a... short of the first down.
That's one as a quarterback. You've thrown the completion, and you're like, dude, can you just turn around and make one guy miss and go get the first? Or can you just stretch out and get the first down? You need your guys to have a little bit more awareness where they are in the field on that play. And even though they got the completion, it's not enough to pick up the first. And now you're staring 4th down right in the face.
He's got great speed. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. The they're sending the offense back to work. And now, deep in the fourth quarter, a chance to go down the field and take the lead in this ball game. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Catch in the middle, it's Brown. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. Line gets set, first down. Motion from the wide receiver. Jones wants to throw it. Here's a heat. Oh, look out, the ball's free. Well, the offense looks as if they fell on the fumble, and they'll keep the ball.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep two hands on the ball as well, and they're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
Second down after the offense averted absolute disaster. Back to pass. The throw to the outside is complete. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down. They'd love to make this kick easier by picking up a few on third down. It's 56 yards out from here. They'll send the back in motion. On third and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. It's complete. Didn't get nearly enough done on third down. He's brought down at the 31-yard line.
You're seeing a lot of confidence out of this quarterback now. 3 for 3 on this 2-minute drive. He understands that he needs to step up if his team's going to win this game, and he's playing his best football right now.
What a disappointment. No good. And after the miss, they're still down by a field goal.
Well, that's one the kicker would love to have back. Trailing by 3 here in the fourth quarter, just didn't hit it as flush as he would have liked.
Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. Gain of 8 yards on the play. He's too short of the first down.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense now. They got to get a stop, and if it's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right up the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football in this situation. Time to be more physical and get this big stop.
Clock is stopped. Florida has called a timeout at second. And they'll still have one timeout left at their disposal. Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. They'll try to run it in with Hardy. He's got the first down, and they'll be able to run it out from here. Missouri has the clock on its side. They'll give it to Hardy. Maybe some room here. Picks up the first down. He'll be dragged down, but not before. He's put the finishing touches on a win for his team. He's up to 86 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. On the move, it's Hardy. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one. After losing a couple on that last play, here's second and 12. From the gun, give to Hardy. This time, he'll be stopped behind